So in case anyone's wondering, I am going on a 2-week trip. And I was curious how does one stick to a diet while traveling? And I think what we learn, a lot of lessons in life, at least for me, is preparation will always be your best bet to anything that's coming up. So and that's what I feel about with meal planning. A lot of times it's when we're setting goals, it's better to make not the goal I'm going to eat better this year, but I'm going to prep 3 meals this week, or come up with a number, something that's easily digestible or something that you can do. So what I did was, on this travel, knew that I was going to do the juice or the fasting mimicking 2 days. One, I got a sore throat and I'm trying to address that, turn into a slight cough, and seeing how the fasting helps with certain illness. So I'm doing that, and it's gonna be crazy because we're going to 4th of July, which is gonna be tomorrow. Yeah, I have a little clip of some of the food that I packed. I'm shooting here at the airport, so. Okay, so in case anyone's wondering, how am I going to try to keep in ketosis during my trip? I'm on a 2-week trip, going to Chicago, then going to New York. I'm going to show you my little kit. Truvia stevia kit with Himalayan sea salt. Got my flaxseed oil and my acrylic oil. Bought some avocados, almond, hazelnut, truffle, sea salt, keto bars, and my green powder with my shaker. My little vape bottles, I put my MCT oil in. I got my desiccated liver and my cataplex ketone strips and my glucose monitor. So yeah, I just packed a bunch of stuff, and I was actually kind of surprised that they didn't give me such a hard time at security. They just checked everything. So, alright. So real quick, one of the things I did want to talk about was the things that almost pulled me out of ketosis. I was at the 2nd of July barbecue yesterday, and I got so hungry and so ravenous with wanting to eat something. The thing that I found that was easy to eat, still too high in protein and carbs. I had some watermelon, which I knew had lower net carbs, and then I ended up eating like 2 burgers, which is probably the most meat I've eaten in a while. I also found myself yesterday at Sunday Jump, which is kind of like an open mic night over in the historic Filipino town of Los Angeles, and I performed. First time in years I've performed my spoken word piece, but there's nothing to eat there other than carbs, and I had 2 bananas, which put me over there, and I ate part of a cake donut. It was the only thing that was there. I think that's why preparation and going through that last night, not having anything to eat and being extremely hungry and there being no options, the best way for me to come about this trip was to make sure that I had prepared. So that's why I've got my stevia. Anytime I'm at the airport or anytime I need to get coffee, you can always have my sweetener there, and my MCT oil to raise my ketone glucose index, or just to keep it above the line, so I'm not just floating right around it. I ended up peeing on one of those strips, the ketone reagent strips, and found out I still had trace. So I'm not exactly sure if I'm out of ketosis, but I'm trace and very low in my ketone bodies within my body. After I ate all that terrible stuff yesterday, well, just the donut, which is really bad, was I ended up going to the gym for about 2 hours, and I did some Olympic weightlifting and a little bit of quick circuits. So I don't know, I'll keep you posted. I don't have my glucose strips. I brought my meter, but I left my glucose strips. All I have is my ketone strips, so I'll keep you posted about how these next couple days are gonna go, and I'll post up another video.